Hey dudes, B Junior from EnduranceTalk here, or Endurance Productions main channel. Just want to do a quick vlog on something that's been on my mind here lately. I've been doing all this thinking about augmenting my career and um, changing things around, keeping my YouTube channel up, trying to facilitate all my needs, just kind of rethinking everything that is my career and work. Trying to refine myself, or whatever you want to call it. Also, I've been trying to do some self-justification on why I want to leave my present position to seek employment elsewhere. The last few months, it's coming clearer to me that it's all about location, location, location is a major part of it. A few months ago, as you know by watching my videos, my wife and I moved to a different town, to a neighboring town where we were before and where we still work. Through this, we've noticed it's kind of like an unwritten, unspeakable change in people. It's like the further west you go in my state, or where we are in my state, people are more like who we grew up around. They're nicer, generally nicer people. They're more polite to you. They're not curt. They're not rude. They're not, for the most part. They're always going to be rude people, but I'm not naive. But they're just more. I don't have a better way of saying it. They just jive better. You just get, instantly you're in a better place because you just feel better whenever you go there. Where I work, it's like a vast difference, and it's only about a 35-minute commute to where I work. You go to work and you go out to lunch in this town that I'm talking about. People are just ultimately rude. They don't know how to say please or thank you. Not that it's a requirement for me. It's just something I've noticed, and I'm trying to think of all these other things on the back burner while I'm making these life-changing decisions in my career and figuring out what I want to do from this point on in my life. But that's one of the things that's been on my mind today is rude people. Place where I work, you go out to lunch. This is a quick rundown. Now, I don't really like fast food, okay? I just eat it if I absolutely have to, if I'm running quick on time, which I was today a little bit. I went through the BK line, okay? I like to get, if I'm going to have to eat a cheeseburger and fries, I'm going to eat like a smaller portion just to keep my diet in check and all that. Keep my girlish figure. Anyways, well, I go through this is a common thing that happens where I work, okay? Not the town where I'm living now, where everything's okay. You go through the drive-through line. I always order like a Happy Meal or a kids meal, mainly because I like the smaller portions. I don't like to eat the stuff in the first place, but whenever I do, you gotta eat. So I order a kids meal. They get back on the speaker and say, sir, did I hear you correctly? You want a kids meal? I said, yes ma'am, or sir, whichever replies. I want a kids meal. And they can see me from the line, that I don't have any children in my car. I mean, who are they to be a detective about it? I mean, just do your friggin' job. I mean, just facilitate the order, take the change, make change, give me the food, I'll go about my business, and I'll eat, and hypoglycemia doesn't set in, and we have a good day. But it's like a confrontational attitude from the speaker all the way around to the window. And I don't have to have my butt kissed, and I don't have to have everything on a platter. I just know that there is a distinct difference between where I work and where I'm living now, and I'm hoping to get employment where I live. And I think that'll make things fall into place a lot better. I go to the window. It gets better. I go from the speaker to the window. This is the version of where I work. They don't even say, hi, how are you, or anything like that, any small talk or anything. They're not required to. I realize this. I give them the money. They make change. They give me this evil eye for getting a kids meal. Like, what do they care? What difference does it make? Like, they're going to run out of kids meals. I always ask them to just keep the toy for the kids too. I just tell them at the window I want smaller portions, so I get the kids meal. Plus, it's cheaper too. I'm not a cheapskate, but my God, get the cheaper price if you can. Plus, get smaller portions. You won't get, you just don't have to. I just like to eat within my means. Anyways. I give them the money, they make change, they don't give me a receipt, and then they don't say take care, have a nice day, you're welcome. I always just tell them thank you, because that's just the way I am. I was brought up to say please, thank you, and just try to be as courteous as I can, So I say thank you, and then I got my change. They just go on, they don't even act like you were there at all. I mean, and then I say, ma'am, can I have a receipt? And they go, what? What, you need a receipt? I said, yes ma'am. I need a receipt, and you stare them square in the eye, and they the message. It's like you call their bluff. It's like playing cards. You call their bluff or playing the card game there in the shell game, and then they're like, oh, this guy's really, he's not going to take my crap, you know. They said, oh yeah, thank you. I'm like, yeah, have a nice day, you know. But then you go, the flip side to it is you go over to where we're living now, and it's just like where I grew up. I mean, it's like night and day difference, or 180-degree difference. You go in there, they're like, hey honey, how are you? Or hey, how are you doing today? They don't even have to say honey or anything. They just, hey, how's your day today? How have you been doing? But they basically, it's just an all-around better experience. And plus, they remember who you are too. If you're a regular, like at Starbucks or a Big Lot store, like, you know, all these stores I'm always blathering all about on Endurance Productions, getting the deals. They remember who you are. They take the time to know who the locals are. These people out here in this other town I'm referring to, they couldn't care, they could care less about if you were on fire. They probably wouldn't even piss on you to put the flames out. They're just that bad. They just don't care. They just basically hunks of wasted flesh to me. And sorry, but I just think I've always come up from the stock of, you know, if you don't have anything good to say, don't say it at all, you know. Or if there is something bad, try to do it in a decent nature where everybody can benefit from it. That's why even if I don't like a movie that I review on Endurance Productions, I don't just slay it and, you know, and just rake it over the coals. But I will tell you if I didn't like it or if I didn't have a good experience, and I'll tell you why and try to explain it. But I don't know. Getting back to the main point of this rambling blog here, there is a difference in people everywhere you go, but there's especially a difference in the people in the town where I work and the people where I live, and it's just 30 to 35 minutes apart from one another. Strange world, folks. Take care.